facebook.com/español. Estamos con una gran sorpresa. Brian Bilick here at the Radio Row at the Super Bowl. How are you, Brian?
I'm doing great.
My first question is, you went to a Super Bowl as a coach in Super Bowl 35
Estuviste en
against
Super Bowl
New York Giants.
ya como coach contra
How
los
is the
Gigantes de Nueva York con los Cuervos de Baltimore. ¿Cómo se vive un Super Bowl
you're
adentro y
kind of
fuera?
isolated when you're actually in the game. These two teams are out away from the inner city. You have no idea all this is going on, and that's
Estos
good.
dos equipos
You want your players to be
tienes
focused
mucha
on
idea
what
de
they're doing,
repente qué pasa.
not get caught up in all the hoopla that is the Super Bowl.
Y
The
en
league
un
does a
Super
nice job
Bowl
of minimizing that, but it's
necesitas
a big,
minimizar
it's
algunos
very
detalles.
important to make sure
Es
your
muy
players don't get
importante
caught up in the
asegurar que los
emotional
jugadores
energy of
están
this until game time.
enfocados y emocionados o la emoción puesta hacia el juego. Coach, can you give us a matchup of these both teams in the play and the offense or defense?
So many of them. Obviously, you talk about the two secondaries. You're talking about Richard Sherman, obviously. Obviously, for New England, what is Seattle going to do to take away Rob Gronkowski, whether it's a Cam Chancellor or they use the linebackers? Both these teams have big physical backs, and Marshawn Lynch and LeGarrette Blount. So can they take advantage? I think Seattle's a little vulnerable in their defensive line, so I think LeGarrette Blount could have some success. Vince Wilfork in the middle of that New England defensive line might make it a little tougher going for Marshawn Lynch.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to tell you, when you guys were in the Super Bowl, the MVP was a defensive guy, Ray Lewis.
Un MVP fue Ray Lewis como defensivo. Malcolm Smith lo hizo el año pasado como linebacker. ¿Crees que sea la primera ocasión que un linebacker repita? Puede ser. Obviamente cuando hablas Bobby Wagner,
KJ
Wright también de Seattle, pueden ser un gran factor en el partido. Y por parte de los Patriotas, Jamie Collins, incluso Thomas, pueden tener un gran impacto en el juego. Coach, defensively, how do you see the part of the cornerbacks? You have Darrell Revis and Richard Sherman, and they're going to play with Browner. One he did it last year, and the other is going to be for this Super Bowl. But they're a great couple for cornerbacks in both sides of the football.
They are. What Seattle does, they're very basic in their coverage package. And if you want to throw away from Richard Sherman, just throw to the middle of the left, because he's going to be on that right side. If you want to throw away from Darrell Revis, it's tougher, because he's all over the field. You got to find out where he is first to stay away from him. And I think the combination of Browner and Revis will match up very well with, they're good, solid receivers, but I think you're going to see a lot of one-on-one with Revis and Browner on the receivers in Seattle, and you're going to see a lot of eight-man front, obviously, to try to stop Marshawn Lynch.
Finally, Coach, you have a message for all the Latino fans in the NFL that really are passionate and know a lot about football. A special message for them, what to follow in the Super Bowl, maybe an insight that we don't know that you can give us.
Yeah, it's great that they
have
such
such passion
for the game. I think I'd watch to see how New England is going to keep Russell Wilson in the pocket. How many people do they bring? If Russell Wilson gets outside of the pocket of the protection, he's lethal. And for New England, obviously, or for Seattle to stop New England, I think a big part of it is can they indeed hold up against the running attack with LeGarrette Blount? If LeGarrette Blount gets going early, that's going to be tough for Seattle.
Puede ser importante. Coach, there are two big stories on this game. Maybe the fourth ring for Tom Brady, and in the other side, the back-to-back champions. We have a lot of time waiting for back-to-back champions. Huh?
Yeah, hard to do in this league. It's hard to win a Super Bowl, and for Seattle to be where they are now is really an incredible achievement. They're built for it, and clearly can establish themselves as one of the best organizations. I don't know if you want to call it a dynasty. In the NFL, two back-to-back championships, that's a dynasty in the NFL. For New England, I don't know that Tom Brady or Bill Belichick have to have this for their legacy. They're going to be slam dunk Hall of Famers, but it sure would be nice to have to cap off what have been brilliant careers.
Pues muchas gracias. Thank you, Coach Bilick. How is your Spanish?
Not very good. My daughter's very good. She spent a year in Madrid. I wish I had her here to interpret for me.
Okay, that's very good, and thank you for your time.
Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.